Matt Uremovich. I was a linebacker here at Tech from '97 to 2000. I was retired as a captain from the 3rd Ranger Battalion at Fort Benning. Well, it was one of the first big schools that really started recruiting me. Coach Doug Marone was here for a while. He's now the head coach of the Jacksonville Jaguars, I believe. You know, he was one of the first big schools that came and started recruiting me. He used to come visit me at home frequently, and then this was the first place I visited, and coming down here and seeing the campus and the city, and I was pretty much sold, you know, right from the beginning. You know, it was my senior year. I was done playing football, and Coach Roof and Coach O'Leary were, you know, great and gracious enough. They kept me, you know, they kept me in school until I graduated. And September 11th happened, my senior year, so when all that went down, I just decided I was gonna join the military. I enlisted actually after September 11th, but I was close to graduating, so the recruiters put me on what they call like delayed entry, so I could graduate. I went through basic training and all that, airborne school, got commissioned through OCS, and then was an infantry rifle platoon leader. Went to Iraq towards the beginning of the war for a year, and then got identified. I guess, you know, they contacted me to go try out for what they call JSOC, which is Special Operations Command, and went through like a month-long selection process, pretty rigorous selection process for that, and got selected, me and one other guy, and then I got into JSOC, became a rifle platoon leader with them, and then went back to Iraq, and I got out in 2007. So yeah, I've been working in petrochemical ever since. We live in Houston, so petrochemical, all the engineers, there's a ton of Georgia Tech people over there. It's amazing how many I run across. I work with a couple at work, actually. About a year ago, we moved outside of Houston, bought a house and like 10 acres up there, and it's all small towns and volunteer fire departments, so we were, they weren't getting the resources up there. So we had people who were showing up at the volunteer fire department every morning at like 7 a.m. with boats. People had personal boats, and my buddy down the street had one. So we were going around and getting people to high ground, basically where they could get picked up by trucks. And just like being here, you know, and the impact that, the two greatest things that impacted me in my life probably was coming to Georgia Tech and then going into the Army. You know, I don't know, I can't even imagine what my life would be like if I didn't come here or went into the Army. I mean, it's everyone here took care of me and made sure I graduated and then got through, and then that's helped me, you know, in my military career, and then after my career now, what I'm doing. Just having that Georgia Tech degree goes a long way out there in the real world.